What we plant in the spring, we nurture in the summer and harvest in the fall. That's what happens when we set goals and stay on track in our pet business. Hi, I'm Tori Mystic, and you're listening to the Wear Wag Repeat podcast, the only show dedicated to supporting women in all areas of the pet industry. Welcome back to the Wear Wag Repeat podcast. I'm your host, Tori Mystic, and today I am sharing what is going on in July. There's a lot going on, and there's just a lot going on for the next few months. We are just at the beginning of Q3, and if you have been following along with all things Wear Wag Repeat, then you know that I have been working everything in quarters this year. So Q1 was all about money, all about getting our minds around our money and just getting a better hold on everything. We did a lot of expert interviews here on the podcast, and I had a lot of experts in Wear Wag Repeat Society teaching us about how to be smarter with our money. You really do need to know your numbers, and I am not going to shy away from talking about that. So if you have any questions about money or numbers or whatever, I am happy to tell you what's going on for me in my business. So that was Q1. Q2, we talked about email list growth and nurturing your email list, building engagement with your email list, all of this wonderful kind of stuff. And then Q3, we are launching into getting more traffic to your website. You really needed to do this in this order. I did this very strategically because hopefully now, all the work that we're going to be doing in Q3, you're going to get new traffic to your website, and they're going to land on that wonderful new lead magnet or opt-in incentive, whatever the opt-in freebie is that you created during all of our work that we were doing on our email lists. So I really tried to set you up for success if you have been following along in order. And when people land on your website this quarter, when you're doing all this SEO work and this blogging work that we're going to get into, they're going to land on your website and they're going to see this awesome freebie. They're going to hand over their email address, and you're going to be able to build a relationship with this person. They're going to go from a stranger who stumbled on your website to an email subscriber to a friend to a customer. And I can see it. It's in the cards. It's in the stars. It's going to happen for all of us this year. So there's a reason behind why I did all of this in this way. It's sort of like the seasons of your business. So, what we plant in the spring, we nurture in the summer, and then we harvest in the fall. And I think that's sort of what we're doing with how I've broken down the year into these quarterly themes. So I'm really excited to kick off Q3. So let's dive in and talk about what is going on in the month of July. There's a lot going on that I want to tell you about. So I will fill you in on all of that. I'm also going to give you a little personal life update in this episode. That is what I have been doing in these first of the month episodes. So I think that's just kind of a fun way to let you know what's going on in my life, because there's more to me than just blogging about dogs and talking to myself endlessly in this little corner of my office. I mean, recording my podcast. So there's a lot going on in my life. So I'll give you a little life update. And then towards the end of the episode, I want to share with you something exciting happening later this month that I'm not directly working on or creating, but it's something really exciting that I want to share with you. So let's get into it. First off, I want to share that Wear Wag Repeat Society is open right now. Technically, the gates close on Wednesday, July 3rd, aka the day that this podcast episode comes out. So if you are listening to this on Wednesday, July 3rd, and you're curious about Wear Wag Repeat Society, it is your last chance to join. So go to wearwagrepeat.com/society. You can learn about everything that is included. You'll see lots of testimonials from members, and you can see what kind of lessons we have coming up for the rest of the year. So one thing that I do want to share with everyone is a testimonial from one of our members, Charlotte Lehman. She recently told me that through the work she's been doing on her business, but also a lot of the stuff that we've taught in Wear Wag Repeat Society and the conversations that I've had with her, that she doubled her Q1 income in Q2, and she's passed her Q2 income goal by like four figures. I don't want to share the exact number on here. You'll have to check with Charlotte. But in May, she had her best month ever of like maybe the year or maybe of her business. I'm not exactly sure. But in June, she surpassed that and had her best month ever again. So if you want to connect with Charlotte and all of the other petpreneur members in Wear Wag Repeat Society, please come and check it out. It is seriously an unbeatable value. It is $69 per month, and you get more added every single month. So whenever you join, you get access to all of the archives. Right now, there are 42 months of archives, everything from profit first accounting to how to grow your email list with an opt-in incentive to I even have stuff in the archives about how to create really good reels for Instagram, how to do a content calendar, how to do a mid-year reset and goal check-in. There's so much in there. And then if you join right now, you'll get access to all of this great Q3 content that's about blogging and SEO. And as a listener of this podcast, I want to tell you a little secret. I am actually going on a vacation for the 4th of July, so I'll be out of town for a few days, and that means I'm not taking my laptop with me. And that means that I won't be able to go in and edit the webpage for Wear Wag Repeat Society. So you didn't hear it from me, but if you're listening to this and it's after July 3rd, the sales page might be up for a few more days. I can't tell you exactly when, but I can tell you that I'll be getting back from vacation on July 8th. So that's a little clue. And I would love to have you as a member in Wear Wag Repeat Society, whether you join now or next round. And that next round won't be until October. So that's just what I wanted to get on the table right away, first thing here, because it's expiring. You got to sign up now. Okay, so that's about Wear Wag Repeat Society. Now, let's talk about the Q3 theme that is going on in Wear Wag Repeat Society and also here on this podcast. So I have 3 amazing guest experts lined up, one per month for July, August, and September. You're going to hear from Pamela Keniston. She is the founder of Big Paws Marketing, and we talk about some really interesting SEO stuff, and she has a lot of amazing advice to share with you. She works with a ton of pet brands, and I know she offers some really high-end services, so it's really exciting to get to have her on the podcast and share her advice with you for free. Next up in August, I have Caitlin Brown from Sparkles and Sunshine blog. We are talking about how to create evergreen content and how to update and refresh and reshare your content so that it keeps building traffic and building engagement and building customers and friends and audience members for you. We don't want content that you just share one time and that's it. Kapooey, bye. No, we want evergreen content that is going to really stand the test of time. So that's what Caitlin and I talk about in the August episode. We've actually already recorded it, so I can't wait to share it. It was a great conversation. And then the last expert interview of Q3 will be from Jessica Shipman of Blog Pause, and we're going to be sharing even more SEO and content related tips specifically for pet bloggers. If you're not familiar with Blog Pause, they hold a very special place in my heart because Blog Pause is really how I got started being a pet blogger. My first ever sponsored blog campaign that I did was organized through Blog Pause. So I'm really excited to kind of bring this full circle and interview Jessica here on my podcast later this summer. Also, I want to mention that Caitlin and I are huge Pinterest users. So that interview in August will tie in to a live round of my famous masterclass, Pinterest for Petpreneurs. So I know some people have had that on their wish list and asking me, when are you going to do a live round? It's going to be happening in August, okay? So the topics in Wear Wag Repeat Society will also be aligned with these podcast interviews, these expert interviews. One extra thing that I'll be doing in Wear Wag Repeat Society is that in September, we will have a blogging challenge just for members. So this was a huge hit when I hosted it as kind of a side project last June. People got really fired up. We had a lot of blog posts come out of it. I think there was like a dozen bloggers or so who participated, and collectively, I mean, we must have published like 100 blog posts together. So it was really exciting, and that will be coming up in September. So I know this episode I told you I was going to talk about what's happening in July, but there's just so much to look forward to. I couldn't keep it to just July. There's a lot of great stuff happening in August and September too. So that's work stuff. Now, for like a little personal update, I have an exciting new thing that I'm working on. Well, here I am, work. I just said I was going to do a personal update, and I am talking about work. But this is fun work. This is a totally out of the box, totally different from my regular work and my regular business. I just started teaching classes at my boxing gym. So I guess I'm like a boxing coach now, which sounds totally ridiculous. And I have complete imposter syndrome when I say that, but it's really fun. And I've been doing it I was in training to be an instructor for like a month. I've been going to this gym for years. I've actually taken 300 boxing classes there, if you can believe it. And I've been on the schedule as an instructor for 2 weeks. And I just taught yesterday. And I had so much fun just walking around the room, yelling at people to hit the bag harder and hit it faster, and telling them to drop and give me 5 burpees. It's really fun. People come because they want me to like yell at them and motivate them and have lots of energy. And I love to do that. I love to have lots of energy and yell and dance around the room and jump around. And it's so fun. And I'm really, really enjoying it. So I'm going to be doing that once a week now. And I'm really excited about it. And it's just really fun. And it completely takes my mind off of all things work related. So if you ever have an opportunity to do something that's just for you, that's just for fun. I mean, I am getting paid to do this, but it is really fun also. It's so immersive, and I can't multitask while I'm doing it. I have to focus on teaching this class and boxing and moving my body and dancing around and having fun. And I get to pick all the music that we listen to for my classes. So it's really fun. And if you have a chance to do something like that, I really encourage you to. I actually sent an email out to my list a while ago sharing about this boxing thing. And a lot of people wrote back that they have been dance instructors before, or just done different interesting things. So I know that everyone listening has their own kind of passion that they love to do. And I would really encourage you to step away from the computer, step away from the phone, and I mean, God forbid, step away from your dog. I know that's not what I'm supposed to say, but it's really nice to have time to just do stuff just for us. When, your dog, you don't have to worry about your dog being happy or safe or healthy or anything. You can just go out and like let loose and do something fun for you. So I hope that everyone has an opportunity to do that sometime this summer. Now, finally, speaking of summer, B-School Summer is coming up. If you're not familiar with B-School, this is the flagship program from Marie Forleo, and I am the biggest Marie Forleo fan. If you've been in any of my programs, you know that I'm always talking about Marie, and I'm always quoting lessons that I've learned from B-School. I just love this program. My business would not be what it is if it weren't for B-School. And for the past few years, I have been proudly a partner of the program. And in fact, I am the only pet industry partner of the program. And I'm really proud of that because it means that I get to give extra support, and I get like the inside scoop on all the updates and all the changes. There's a special email just for partners where Marie's team gives us the inside scoop on, what are the important lessons to look for, and where do people get stuck on things, and what we should point out to people who sign up through us. So it's a really cool position to be in. It's almost kind of like being a boxing coach. I'm like a B-School coach. Yeah, maybe coach is going to be my new like title here. I was playing around with boss earlier this year, but I think that coach maybe is a better encapsulation of what I'm doing, which is like encouraging people and like kind of getting in your face and telling you to get the thing done, do it a little bit harder, do it a little bit faster. Come on, you can get there. 5 more seconds. Okay, sorry. I was getting in boxing mode again. I forgot we are in Wear Wag Repeat land, not Level Red boxing land. So anyhow, B-School Summer, it's coming up, y'all. Enrollment will open on July 16th. And the cool thing about B-School Summer is it is an accelerated program. So it's just 4 weeks instead of the regular 6 weeks for B-School. So when enrollment opened up in, what was it, like February or something earlier this year? I know a lot of people were like, I just don't have the time to commit to that. 6 weeks is a lot. I'm going on vacation. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. So here's your chance. B-School Summer is just 4 weeks, and there's tons and tons of support, not just from me, but from all the amazing mentors who are part of B-School. Michelle Martello is one of them. Laura Belgray has been one in the past. Marie and her whole team are very, very involved. So if B-School has been on your radar, consider taking the plunge. There will also be a lot of really great free webinars and workshops and things like that the B-School team and Marie will be releasing while enrollment is open. So I'll keep you posted on any of that so you can check out the free stuff. But the paid program is 1,000% worth it. I did it originally in 2020 and I don't regret it at all. I learned so much and I go back and review stuff all the time. So that's what's going on this month. So just to recap here, because I know I was talking kind of fast, I'm excited to go on vacation, you guys. So I'm just like, I feel like I'm amped up. I have a little too much energy right now. I can't wait to get in the car and start driving. But just to recap this episode, here is what is going on in July in the Wear Wag Repeat world. Right now, Wear Wag Repeat Society is open for enrollment. You won't have another chance to enroll until October. So make sure to go to wearwagrepeat.com/society and check that out. It's an unbeatable value. It's $69 a month. You get so many workshops. There's 42 lessons in there that are pre-recorded that you can watch. And I just don't think you can get that kind of value anywhere else on this planet or maybe this universe. Also happening this July, I will have Pamela Keniston of Big Pause Marketing here on the podcast. That episode comes out next Wednesday, July 10th. I will also be sharing with you B-School Summer, which will be opening up on July 16th. So thank you for listening to this episode of the Wear Wag Repeat podcast. If you enjoyed this episode and you're not already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, hit that plus button, and go ahead and hit that review button and leave me a review in whatever podcast app it is that you like to listen to this podcast on. And thanks for being here. Again, I will be back next Wednesday with that expert interview about SEO and content strategy with Pamela Keniston of Big Pause Marketing.